Alright, Sebastian, where are we?
Well, we're in a plane and we're going to fly to Georgia to go hunting for whitetail deer.
How many are we going to get?
Downloaded on your personal
Hopefully
device.
Three.
We ask that you download
Okay.
that app now. While
And
the
that's
door
gonna
is
be your
open.
first
Once
one?
the door's shut, you'll not be able to download it.
So, we're going to take video of it, so stay tuned. Actually, I can see all that tree line. We're going to be hunting on one of my best friend's farms that's on the Georgia side of the Georgia-Tennessee line. In December, Georgia is bucks only on private land. There's a deer just straight behind us. Hold on, hold on. It's directly behind us. Directly behind us. Might be a buck. Sebastian, hold your ears. Hold your ears. I can't tell if that was a buck or not. They're still out there. He's stopping. Do you see that shape? Do you see him out there? All I see is white on my scope. When I see him right there on that field. Yeah, now they're moving back to the woods. Damn. It was kind of a big looking deer, really. Of course, they're always probably gonna look pretty big, but I just couldn't tell if he had antlers or not. Where was it when you saw him? He was like just kind of down towards the bottom of the hill. I could see like hidden kind of a silhouette in my scope, but I couldn't tell if he had any antlers or not. But I had my scope on. Has it been this foggy every morning? Not at all. Really? It's probably the first morning I've seen this much fog in the woods. Day 2 dawned in a torrential downpour of near freezing rain that continued on into the early afternoon. By mid-afternoon, we'd had a chance to get Sebastian's gun sighted in so he could use it. We went out to the bales to sit for the evening shift. I'd hoped that with the rain gone, it might bring some deer out to eat after being bedded down all day. But as the late afternoon progressed, it became clear that we probably weren't going to see a lot of action. It's one of those unfortunate days that a lot of whitetail hunters know, that you get out there and you log the time because you'll always be wondering what might have happened if you weren't out there. But at the back of your mind, you know, it's just not the right time. It was a tough learning experience for Sebastian. Of course, he was hoping to show up and be shooting deer every day, and having to deal with the boredom was starting to get to him. He did his best to be patient, but there's only so much an 8-year-old can do. We were winding down the rest of the day with the hope that tomorrow would be better. It was supposed to be the best weather of our trip, and my buddy Steve was going to come out to hunt with us. So this is actually day 3 of this hunt, and I'm finally filming the intro video. First day was when I got my only real look at a deer, and it was in the fog. I haven't seen the video yet, so I don't know if the video is really going to come through enough that you can see it or not. But this deer was standing in the fog, probably about 150 yards away from me, and I could see it, and it was a big looking deer, and you could tell the way it was built. It was just a big, wide looking deer. So my guess is it was probably a buck, but I couldn't see any antlers on it in the fog. I even got my scope on it for a bit and could not see any antlers, and I didn't feel like I could reasonably take that shot, so I let that one go. It ran back in the woods. That's the only real look that I've gotten on a deer so far this trip. Yesterday it was pouring rain all night and into the morning, so we skipped the morning shift and then just came out for the evening, and again we saw nothing. This morning, Darren went up to the south part of the property, and he said right when he got into position there, he saw one that was basically just a brown blob disappearing into the tree line. Right when he got out there, he couldn't tell if it was a buck or a doe. Hey, here's afternoon. I'm in the blind. Here's what the blind looks like. Sebastian's taking a nap. He got really cold this morning. It's definitely a cold morning. It was below freezing. There was some frost on the hay bales. It was actually a really cool morning to be out here. It felt great being out here, but he got cold, so I told him if he wants to take the afternoon off, he can. We're going to organize a drive and see if we can drive any animals out of here. So we've got, you know, the rest of today and then tomorrow, so hopefully we can get this job done, because there's definitely plenty of deer out here.
I feel like that's what I want done.
I feel like it's this way. Like for me, like the last few years has been like kind of becoming the person that I wanted to be. You know, and like some people had to get out of the way for me to do that, and a lot of it was just like me just like having the balls to do that for myself, you know. But once I started becoming the person that I wanted to be, like all these things that I remembered from because it was the same thing for me, like 16, 17. I want to get a tattoo. And I'm glad I didn't at the time, because I would have probably got some dumbass thing that I just want to get rid of today. But now that I waited and like I, started to understand the meaning of things and like what I really wanted to get done, then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it, And so then I just did it, But that's also like goes along with other things that I did in my own life, like building my businesses and doing things like that. It's like you start doing things and you're like, yeah, now I want to do that, now I want to do this, now I want to do that,
Right.
And so it's just kind of like one more iteration of like, yeah, now I want to do this, so just fucking do it, So you're kind of going through the same thing. It's like, well, now I kind of want to have this business, so just go do it.
Yeah.
And who starts this?
Left of the dealer. Technically, you used to be left of the dealer. Turned around.
I see what you guys are doing,
So,
you bastards.
I guess I'm
So
going
how many
first.
do you draw? Tell if those are spikes or if that's their ears. I kind of think they're spikes. Yeah, I think it's a little forky. Should I take the shot or not? We might not get another look. Okay. Gives me a broadside, I'm gonna try to take it. Yeah, I think it's a little forky. I think I can see his forks. Yep, there they are. Yeah, he's a little fork. So that's a legal buck. And dang, do you think we'll get a better look tonight, or should I just go for it? I kind of think so too, because we only got a day of hunting left. Alright. Well, if he turns, I'll try to take his shot. Right now he's dead on to me, facing me, so I can't take it. Yeah, I got it. Is there anything behind us? Safety on. Okay, gonna go check this out. He went over, but this is over 300 yards away. So we just saw a white belly go down, and let's just make sure that this guy's dead. See, I don't see white anymore, which is kind of what's bothering me.
White? No, he's still down.
Yeah, but he's moved. So I just hope he's not like gut shot or something. Here, can you hold this for a second? Yeah. Yeah, see, he's trying to get up. The first one must have hit him in the spine somewhere. Yeah, he's a tiny little... See, I was aiming high on him because, like, I have lines at 200, 300, 400, 500. So I knew he was at like 320.
Right.
So I aimed a little bit high to try to compensate, and I probably
nicked his back
a little bit too high and hit him in the spine.
Right.
Because you saw how he was just kind of crawling around like that.
Yeah.
At least this dude's gonna feed a lot of people. So that part I'm grateful for. Even though this is my smallest buck to date, it's still easy to get excited about it when I think of all the people that came together to make it happen. I got to take my son on his first deer hunt, and he got to gut his first deer with his favorite knife. Steve and Darren have been some of my best friends for almost 2 decades, and I got to hunt with both of them. Plus, I have one more chance at a big buck tomorrow. There's already a doe here. It's probably 300 yards out, but that may be a good indication that more deer will come out. Okay, so here's the situation. I haven't even been out here about 20 minutes, maybe, not even that. And there's already a doe that's out by the tree line, just came out. It's actually a pretty good sized doe. If I could, I'd probably take a shot at her because she's a decent size. Right now, I'm just gonna keep a watch that direction and see if any buck comes out after her. I'm pretty sure they're not in a rut right now. Usually their rut's gonna be a few weeks ago in November. And there's like a December rut that probably won't start for another at least week or 2. It's unlikely that a buck's probably going to be following her around for that reason, but it's a good as indication as any that we have, so we'll keep an eye open. These 5 does out there, they're probably going to be out there for the duration. They don't seem concerned. Haven't seen any bucks come out yet. In about 20 minutes or so, we're going to lose our legal hunting hours, and we are ending this hunt pretty much how we began, with this fog moving in. It's beautiful country out here. It's amazing being out here just watching this, even though we're cold, wet, likely won't get another shot this hunt, but it's amazing just being out here and watching this, just watching the countryside, watching these animals. It's easy to see why people get addicted to this. Ever since I saw that big deer in the mist on opening morning, I've been talking about it. double thinking, triple thinking of that shot and whether I should have taken that shot or not. The emotional part of me wishes I had, because comparing the size of that deer that I saw with the size of these deer, who are just about in the exact same place as I saw that one on opening day, my mind tells me the odds are it was probably a buck, and a pretty good sized buck. And I didn't take that shot. So ever since then, I keep hoping that he comes back out and I can get another look at him. And it's probably not going to be this year, but it's those kinds of experiences that get you hooked and keep you coming back out. As you're just, hoping that you get that experience again, this sort of ethereal buck in the mist.
The primary reason I made this channel about my outdoor pursuits is so that I could record myself doing things I love with people that I love. This trip is a good example of just these kinds of experiences. I especially want to thank Darren for bringing us out and hosting us and letting us hunt on his land. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible.